Okay, so today we have two small lectures. One is about Hugging Face, the company from New York, and another is some updates. Not many. Anyway, this is information about me, and this is Hugging Face. So Hugging Face launched in 2016, and it's based in New York City. So here on the map you see south of Manhattan, and if on A Train Express you just cross underwater to Brooklyn, the first stop is J Street, and right there's the building. So this is the address. You can copy paste it into Google Maps and see where they are. So Hugging Face is amazing company. So they started by making a chat for teenagers, a chatbot application. It was open sourced, but then they continued to work in the direction of natural language. They received Series B 40 million in 21 and 22. They already valued at 2 billion, received 100 million, and recently in August they received another 235 million at 4.5 billion valuation. Okay, that is interesting. They are making money. So you can see that revenue last year was 15 million and estimated 30-50 million in this year. So if they have 160 employees, then per employee they make about 1/3 of a million in revenue and 30 million in value. So everybody, even like a secretary or doorman, like it's 30 million worth. Hugging Face, yeah, these are portraits of three founders of the company. So they are French, Clement Delang and Julien Chemon and Thomas Wolf. Well, maybe Thomas is not French, but so what it is, Hugging Face, you probably been there, and if you're doing any kind of AI work, you absolutely have to know this company, right? And I go there often, and even today, like you've seen me going into the leaderboard for open large language models. They have multiple leaderboards. They have different spaces. They store a lot of code. It's community for people to cooperate. Uh, whoop, please mute yourself. Okay. So it's a community, and they store data sets, they store models, they provide resources to do processing, to do training of the models, fine-tuning of the models, to cooperate. So it's a big system. They now also cooperate with Amazon. So Amazon provides resources, and they're making money. They have enterprise clients now, so you can pay them to use their services. So it's a community data science platform for experts and enthusiasts, allow users to host their own AI models, train them, collaborate, libraries, tools for NLP tasks, natural language processing, goal to democratize machine learning. It makes money by charging for features like access to computer power and high-level customer support. And they have 10,000 paying customers currently. So this is a few words about the company. So these are a couple screens, and these are more screens. So these are, for example, data sets, and these are spaces. So you can create space and you can, well, show something there. So for example, this leaderboard for large language model, it is a space, right? Every time when you have a space, it shows something, but also you have files, right? And you can actually, you see, download each file. You can download all of them if you want. In this case, for example, there's a source, like how they display the model, how they load, I mean, the data, how, let's say, like, so this is Python code. You can create your own space. You can copy. This is basically Git, and you can show something that you want. So okay, this is Hugging Face. Let me Let me show you some other space. Like the underlying data set for this is this one. It's called result, right? So I go into result and oh, this space is actually interesting. I like it. What it shows, if you play it, hold on, stop. Why it's not playing? I don't know why it's not playing, but it's supposed to show animation of how the change in leaders on the leaderboard. Now, if you go to files, there is a big file which is 230 megabytes. So this is a CSV file, and it shows multiple snapshots of the leaderboard. And here, for example, there are images of all the frames, like you see. And it's supposed to run the animation. I don't know why it doesn't run animation here. Run, run, once, do something. Okay, well, I don't know why it doesn't. Okay, anyway, visit effect. Maybe later it will work for you. Uh, okay, getting a data set via git clone. I will talk about multiple Python modules which they provide. For example, you can install transformers or data sets or evaluation or Hugging Face Hub, tokenizers, and so on. So here's, for example, how easy it is to do a summary. Like if you provide text and the summarizer will summarize the text for you. Or here is example of how to do translation task. And you can run it on your computer and it will translate it, in this case, using translation from English to French. And you can generate poems, work with code, and generate emails, automatically speech recognition, and so on. There are a lot of tools. I found that some of these modules are actually buggy because company is growing very fast and they're changing underlying data structures. So I asked the question because I was getting bugs, and the recommendation was, well, just download from the dataset via git clone. So here's, for example, the dataset which I was showing you, and under the code or some like three-dot menu, there may be instructions how to do it. So here is, let me close things which I don't need. This is not what I want, so let me go back and take the results and open it. And here, so these are the results. Here, somewhere there may be, let's see, yeah, clone repository, you see? And here I git large file support install and then git clone, and there is a link. And you do that and it downloads the whole data set. It takes some time, so a whole bunch of directories. So yeah, that's how you do it. And this is example how to download some other data set. And they're using a large file system, meaning that big files, they don't store with the smaller files, they store them separately, but you can still download them via the link. Okay, Hugging Face basics. So there are a lot of tutorials, a lot, if you go on YouTube. And these are some examples of documentation which you can browse. So transformers library, of course, is very famous. People install transformers, pipelines, model, tokenizer, PyTorch, TensorFlow, save, load, model hub, fine tuning. And this is example of how simple the code may look. Okay, this is end for the first lecture. I will